Hey puppy lovers, I'm taking you to the ultimate school for dogs. Recognizing a need in her community for evidence-based training, Jenn left her intellectual property paralegal job to build a pleasant dog, filling a big gap in Grand Rapids for kind, effective dog training for reactive, scared, or aggressive dogs. Her courage to turn personal challenges into a thriving business is truly inspiring. Let's see how she's changing lives one wag at a time. Folks, welcome back to another episode of The Locals. My name is Ryan Glatzhofer, and I'm spotlighting courageous entrepreneurs. And folks, we are in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And today I have Jenn with me from A Pleasant Dog. Please join me in welcoming Jenn. Really nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Nice to meet you too.
So what motivated or prompted you to leave law to start A Pleasant Dog?
I was inspired by my own struggles to find support for rescue dogs, foster dogs that I had taken in, and my own dogs. We work in an unregulated industry. Anyone can say they're a dog trainer specializing in reactivity or aggression, and the public is none the wiser. Dog training, dog behavior have always been special interests of me as an autistic person, and I'd always wanted to do it professionally. But when I realized that there was a vacuum in our city for good evidence-based training in the city center, I decided to go for it. One of my children had some more complex needs, and I didn't want to be working 80 hours a week, ironically.
I don't blame you.
My idea was that if I could see 4 or 5 clients professionally, that would be enough at that time to add to my household income. The world had other plans. Immediately within 6 months, I had 2 full-time trainers working for me. Within 2 years, I had a bricks and mortar, and now we're the largest training facility in our community.
Did you expect that?
No, not at all. Funnily enough, a friend helped me with the branding, shout out Peter Jacob. We sat down to meet and he said, you know, this is going to take off. You're going to be turning away business within a year. And he was of course right.
Why is it unregulated, and have there been steps in recent years to become regulated?
There isn't even a consensus, if you look out on the internet, about what constitutes evidence-based dog training. We know through peer-reviewed evidence what the most effective ways for dogs to learn are with the least amount of fallout or risk. But our understanding of dog behavior is relatively new, and it's quickly evolving.
In terms of handling aggressive dogs, there's a lot of misinformation. How do you at A Pleasant Dog help combat that?
We are one of the few dog training facilities in the entire country that contributes to our field through peer-reviewed research.
You are a published author?
Yes.
Could you talk to me about how that book came to fruition?
I can help my clients work through really complex and challenging behaviors, but I can't seem to wrap my brain around separation anxiety. The one behavior disorder that we try to treat differently. Conventional wisdom was to use desensitization, so just gradual exposure therapy. Owner walks out the door, comes back. We don't use gradual exposure therapy for anything else with any other species. I pivoted to a desensitization with counter conditioning approach, a feelings first approach, and that's how the separation anxiety method was born.
In everything that you have studied, what has been the most profound, interesting, or most surprising information that you found?
Oh, I love it. So I think the most surprising information that I found was right at the start of COVID. We were seeing more puppies and dogs coming for their first touch point, so their first entry into school, kindergarten if you will, with abnormal or complex behaviors. And what we found is about 10% of the puppies and dogs had some challenging behaviors. By 2020, it was 40%. 40% of people reaching out for a basic obedience class or a puppy kindergarten class were experiencing behaviors that we would think of as outside of the norm for dogs. Resource guarding aggression, separation anxiety, noise phobia. And that was a really surprising study. We think it's getting better, but to be honest, we've moved on to other research topics.
If you were to choose just one service to keep, what would it be and why?
Behavior. There are a lot of trainers who are out there who are skilled at teaching a dog to come when they're called, who teach sports far better than I do. And we're also good at working collaboratively with other service providers, especially veterinarians, groomers, boarding facilities, to help generalize those behaviors and those new feelings that we're working through to new environments so the dog can be successful outside of the classroom environment. That has the most important impact on the owners and their dogs and makes the most good in our little corner of the world. When people come to us with problems with greeting, they say, my dog jumps up, they're pulling toward people, they're pulling toward other dogs, and I want to try to stop that. We're going to teach dogs that not every time that they see a person or a dog does it mean that they get to greet, but it does mean that they get reinforced. I'm going to start by approaching you. As your dog notices me, you can mark and treat, and then I'm going to move away. Hi, Soup. Go ahead and mark and treat. Yeah. Good, that was beautiful. And this time, just gonna barely orient towards your kiddo, because yes, right there, because I'm scary as all get out. So think of barking as a level of discomfort. My number one rule is that consent is really important. So if your dog is uncomfortable being approached or touched by strangers, please feel free to say no.
What would you say has been your proudest moment in this journey as a business owner?
Having my research accepted for presentation at the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists. I've been honored to have my research selected for presentation in the last 4 years.
Did you expect that?
Under no circumstances did I expect that.
For any new aspiring entrepreneurs that are interested in going into maybe the animal industry or anything else, what would be your advice to them?
Choose wise counselors in the beginning. It wouldn't be as successful if I didn't have good attorneys and accountants telling me the right way to set things up. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So choose the right people to give you advice on how to progress to the next steps.
So where do you see a pleasant dog in 5 to 10 years?
I don't know. I'm 51 years old. I don't want to work until I'm old and gray. I do want to eventually retire, hopefully passing it on to the next generation.
As we kind of wrap up here, do you have your own dog?
Of course I do.
What's his or her name?
I have 2 dogs. I have 2 rough collies. One is Prim and the other is Laddie. Prim would love to show you some of her tricks.
Hello there, sweetie.
Say hi. She is an 8-year-old rough collie. You go perch. And she is a former service dog. We've just retired her. Give me a paw. Yes, good girl. If you would like to hold your hand out, I can cue her to give you a paw. Get paw.
Paw?
She says, no, thank you.
No?
That's okay. And that's the nice thing about modern dog training is they get to choose.
She's so fluffy.
She is the fluffiest.
Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Entrepreneurs and business owners are incredibly busy, and any time that you can spare to share your story, to hopefully inspire other people to dive into their own dreams and their own vision is always appreciated. So thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for reaching out.
Of course. And folks, that does it for another episode of The Locals. If you're interested in more content like this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.